Hello. What's up,
Anything
Blum?
happen today? Anything happen?
I've got this. It's the next generation of light beer. It's a Ying. It's like a Michelob Ultra from Yingling.
Okay.
I bought it just because you're a big Yingling guy
Yeah, I
out
like
here in
Yingling.
I've been drinking those. I can't get Cody Road out here, so I've been drinking these. Well, Coors Light. I bought Coors Light because you cannot buy Busch Light out here. So I bought Coors Light. I bought some of these, and then we had a bunch of those. The wife drinks Malibu, the canned like Malibu things, and I
Of course.
by the end of the Texas game, I was already out of the Coors Lights, so I started drinking those Malibu deals, and now I'm drinking these Yingling Ultras. What's going on?
Let's go.
Brent Blum is back in Iowa. I am here in. I'm at the Outer Banks in North Carolina. So let's just have a little conversation. Y'all can chime in with us wherever you're watching. I want to thank our sponsors, Carl Chevrolet and Centurion Stone of Iowa. I know a lot of people at Centurion Stone of Iowa, especially, that they're probably doing like backflips right now after Iowa State defeats the University of Iowa. And I also know there's people at Carl Chevrolet obviously who root for both, but
Of
our guy
course.
Tony, marketing there, supports us a lot. Big Cyclone fan, so we couldn't do anything we do and have all this fun without all of our great sponsors. I just had an epic Saturday Bloom, just sitting here in our beach house. Like, it's just like with my whole family, and we watched the game, and that was one of the most
Oh my gosh.
frustratingly like beautiful games I've ever witnessed in my life. How are you down in the office there, in the home office in Bondurant?
Was that like the Nebraska game in '09? It's like,
A
oh my
little. That's
gosh.
good.
Like we can't there's no way we can lose this because we're way better, but yet it just felt like just a tooth extraction the whole time. But got it done. I've never felt better in 8 years, gonna be honest.
Even the Fiesta Bowl, just to get this one off your
I don't
back.
know. Just I'm tired of it. Like I was tired of it because I mean,
I
you look at
understand.
the data for the last 5 years. I think one team was. I mean, better is a relative term, right? But Iowa State to win this way in this manner, where they actually didn't play well by any means. Like my gosh, like so many mistakes, and yet Iowa State got found a way to get it done. And that 99-yard drive, 20 plays, 12 minutes will go down as maybe the all-time best drive in Iowa State history. I'm making the call right now. That was a beautiful thing.
Wow. And
I
you're
am.
you're
I'm
the
making the
best guy
call.
to. I mean, I tweeted right after it, and I don't have the history that you do, but it was like that was the epitome of a giant balls drive by Hunter Deckers. Not only Deckers, but the offensive line. The most encouraging thing today for me was Iowa State being able to move the ball on the ground, which I was really concerned about going into this football game. The fact that you fumble on the 1 yard line, right, or actually in the end zone,
Right.
the fact that you have a punt blocked in the red zone, the fact that you do all those things, and
Twice.
you're just give yeah twice. Thank you. You're giving them the game.
And the interception in the
Like,
end zone.
if we would have written a script for Iowa State to lose this game, they did everything wrong today, and still
Won the
were
game.
able to win the football game, and it's a really really good feeling.
You know, honestly, I mean, it is amazing. I've got to go back and look at the thing, but the fact that Iowa scored in the first 3 minutes of the game, I think it was like 12:20 left in the first quarter, and then didn't do a thing. Did not do one thing the rest of the way. And Iowa gets
Haycock, man.
150 yards. 150 yards. Like, amazing. And I know, like, Spencer Petras was horrible again today, and Iowa has no weapons. But the fact that Iowa State turned it up when they did, when that interception in the end zone at 7-3, I was like, oh, here we go again. This felt exactly like 2018 and 2019 and 2021. For Iowa State to not only flip the thing, but do it and exercise the demons at the same time, it was beautiful. Like, I'm glad Iowa State won this way, Would have been more comfortable to win 35-10, like that game probably should have been? Yes. But now it's like, hey, we beat you in the mud, literally. Like, we beat you in the mud. You've got nothing for us. Iowa State's a Cyclone state.
Yeah, and like that, I also too like. I mean, listen, you don't want to overreact. I feel a lot better about the rest of the season too.
I agree.
After today, the defense, like, listen, and we'll talk about this a lot in the next week, I think, in Iowa Everywhere stuff, but like their offense is worse than I thought it was. Like, for real. Like, and
it was not non-competitive, I would say.
I'm not taking anything away from what Iowa State did. Like, they made the plays, they stepped up. I thought Haycock, exactly what I thought, was brilliant. I told my dad this, that you give them the ball in the 15. And I said, well, this is the worst thing you could do because their offense sucks and cannot go. But John always gets better as the game goes on. And we were talking to Blum on that last drive where what do you do on that, third down? Like, do you keep killing clock or what are you doing? Actually, I really like the play call on fourth down. Like, that was awesome. But I was totally fine with Iowa State putting it on the defense at that point because of Haycock and what that group had been able to do. They were getting better as the game went on. A couple other things. I mean, how do you not love what you saw from Gyro Brock today?
Oh, warrior.
If there were any questions at all after game one about the running game, Brock was phenomenal. Xavier was fantastic. Hunter Deckers struggled some. One of those interceptions was clearly on a wide receiver. But you just there is a feeling of getting that monkey off your back against Iowa, and that's the biggest takeaway today. We'll have plenty of time to go over the X's and O's. You got that monkey off of your back.
That's it. I mean, you can look at this. Iowa State, honestly, that was a C effort on offense, I would say, and a D effort on special teams. Like, that was a worst nightmare for the special teams again. Like, got to figure it out, right? Like, you just can't have that happen. Interestingly, Iowa State switched punters at one point during the game. Then put Perkins back in. He got another one blocked. So, again, got to figure that out. Like, that can't happen. I mean, Iowa State literally tried to give Iowa the game multiple times. But, yet Iowa State still found a way. And I thought Deckers made some mistakes. But, man, I was so impressed with him. Just the resolve. And you can tell the talent's there. Iowa State's going to be good. Hutchinson was the guy again. Noel made some big plays. I thought the line was good offensively and just did enough, right? Like, that was a game. Again, you got to win in the mud, and Iowa State won in the mud. And I come back to a couple things. I don't know why Iowa State got that unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, did you see what happened?
Well, normally you get a warning. Like, normally you get a sideline warning. I don't remember a sideline warning for Iowa State. I'm in my living room and I'm pissed. I'm like, where's the sideline warning first? Like, you get one before you get the 15-yarder. That almost bit them. That would have been again, I'm still a little stressed out because that could have been really bad the way that ended. But hey, we all know kicks go Iowa State's way, right? Everybody, normally it's our history. Yeah. So it was nice that we got a couple in a row here that went Iowa State's way. We include the Texas game as well a couple years ago.
That game, though, like, from a pure fan standpoint, I think a lot of the people watching on Twitter and Facebook are going to agree with this. So we have, and we're here for a family wedding. Okay, that's why I'm not in Iowa,
right?
And we have this setup where we're on a bay, okay, and we have a pool. It's perfect.
You're going back there next year, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I'm coming back here. And I had it queued up because, you know me, I have my phone set up to the Bluetooth with Sweet Caroline and Juicy Wiggle. Yeah. I played, pardon my earmuffs if kids are listening. Earmuffs. I played Sweet Caroline 3 fucking times before it was the real thing. That was as stressful of a fourth quarter as you could have drawn up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think I want to rewatch it, but I would be very stressed out rewatching.
I'm not rewatching that shit. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Absolutely not. That was one of the most heinous football games I've ever watched in my life.
You know what's hilarious? Is I think your lights went off. Like, did you take the power out? What's going on?
Peppa Pig was on, and I turned it off.
Okay. You put Peppa Pig back on. The fact that can I okay, and I've had again. I'm a couple Cody Rhodes in.
Apparently,
right?
the people like it when I start swearing
Yeah,
because
I'm
I'm
sorry
getting a
about
lot
that.
of likes and stuff right now.
The fact that Brian Ferentz, and I know it's not from the taxpayers, but I'm going to make the statement anyway, is making $950,000. Like the auditor in the state of Iowa should be ashamed.
I was going to ask you, so I know it's not what it's about, but does We Will send Brian Ferentz and Spencer Petras a check?
WeWillCollective.com. So it's funny. I swear to God, the Iowa Swarm, which is their collective, sent me this passive aggressive. Do you see that?
Yeah. Are they giving donation?
So I responded, we are a 501c3 organization, which means we're a charitable donation. They can make their donation now. And so I have a couple options for them. They could donate $150 for the total yards. They could donate $9 per month for the first downs. Or $7 per month for the points.
You've been thinking about this way too much.
I don't know. I've had a couple beverages, everybody.
So I've had like a dozen. So listen, just like when I won't lie either. When I saw the forecast, I was like, shit, it's gonna rain. Like, this is not good.
What did you say? So let me ask you that.
This is setting up poorly. This is a bad situation.
Iowa State has the ball, right? Like I literally 4 minutes left. The rain starts, and you're going, oh dear God, it's the plague. Like, here we go. Yeah. We're gonna fumble.
No, it was
getting the ball.
It was that sideline warning that where I was like,
he was making the kick too.
I was getting ready to jump into the goddamn ocean. Like, it was a bad scene here in the Outer Banks.
You know what? My favorite thing. So Matt, after the game, is like, "Hey, it's only the second game." It's like, Matt, I don't care, brother. You beat Iowa. Like, enjoy it.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's 2-0.
Good for all these guys. Good for a guy like Trevor Downing, Jairell Brock, who were recruited heavily by Iowa. Good for those guys.
Iowa State hasn't been 2-0. Everybody, you ready? Hasn't been 2-0. Since 2012. It's been 10 years. Our kids weren't born yet, C-Dub, since Iowa State was 2-0.
That's crazy.
And you got like an 8-year-old?
I have a 7-year-old.
7-year-old, close enough.
Yeah, and we had an incident here where we threw her in the pool.
None of our kids have watched Iowa State beat Iowa in football.
We threw Cameron in the pool after the game, and she didn't have her nose plug on, and it did not go over well. What? Blum has switched drinks during the reaction podcast.
No, I mean, Brett Meyer. So Brett Meyer just texted us, and Brett Meyer's
is he watching?
He might be, but he asked me, what is the all-time record for teams giving up 2 block punts and 3 turnovers on the road?
That's a phenomenal.
I'm going to say
and whatever.
Less than 0.05%. But Iowa State did it in Kinnick in front of their so-called 70,000.
Man.
What a day. Ohio next week. On to Ohio.
So ironically, I'm here in North Carolina, and the bride and groom are both Penn State grads.
No.
All of my relatives on this side are Penn State grads. So the whole wedding last night, the flower girl was a 300-pound man with a Penn State fanny pack throwing out pins. So they played Ohio today and got some scouting, did all that, hung out with them a little bit, watched the game. I'm gonna be ready for Ohio, but
not worried about Ohio.
That's whatever the spread is. You play Ohio next week.
Whatever.
Play them. Let down. Whatever.
3-0.
We're
gonna be 3-0.
No, yeah.
3-0.
Gonna be 3-0. I'm not doubting that. Wait, yeah, whatever.
3-0.
When do I get my We Will koozie? Nobody's given We Will more advertising than me.
No, buddies. Whenever you want. Yeah. When you get back from North Carolina, I will hand deliver it to you 5 houses down. I will walk over.
I am going to be doing Williams and Blum with you tomorrow night. Just from here. And then you'll be filling in for me on Monday morning as I'm going to be on an airplane. heading back, you'll be with Hassel. Hassel is going to be a miserable soul
I can't wait to do that show.
Monday morning on Iowa. And he was pissed when I told him that you were going to be filling in because he knew Iowa was going to lose. And he's like, Blum is the most miserable Cyclone fan in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have a reputation to uphold, my friend.
I'm ready for that show. 150 yards from Brian Ferentz's offense, and the man makes almost $1 million a year. It's hey,
it is really unbelievable, like how that whole thing has been managed.
And they booed. They started booing in the first quarter. Like honestly, thank you, Iowa fans. The Iowa fans might have won the game for Iowa State.
I got a bunch of
say that. Can we say that?
They were booing Petrus before the game started.
Yeah.
When they introduced him on the big board.
Yeah. Literally, the Iowa fans won Iowa State the game. The guy, you could see it. When he threw that interception, the first one, confidence was like, boom, he's done with. At that point, I'm like, man, Iowa State's got a shot. They're not going to score again. They didn't. So thank you, Iowa fans. Iowa fans won the game for Iowa State.
Yeah, I got a lot of people commenting on my beer. This is like a Yingling Michelob Ultra.
Interesting.
I didn't even know these things existed, but they're okay. My dad and I have a packed Blum. We started watching Texas, Alabama. So
that was a great game. That was a great game.
Here's what we did this morning. Went up, and we went to a total like hole in the wall, but a 5-star seafood market in the sticks. Okay.
Hold on, I got to call attention to Justin's Facebook post here because it's incredible. Thank you, Justin.
Well done. Where was I at? No, we went to the seafood market because I'm going to do a Texas big seafood boil tonight.
Yep.
But my dad and I had a pact that we are going to start watching the games at noon because we're on the East Coast. We are not going to bed until Baylor BYU is done today.
Oh, buddy, I'm
ready
to go.
It's gonna be one of the greatest days of my life.
It's been 8 years. I've been waiting 8 years. I'm here for it. I can't wait. It's gonna be a great night. Great show. We'll have great podcast tomorrow. Great week.
Yeah. We'll calm down a little bit. We won't be as drunk.
Yeah, probably not. I'm sorry, everybody.
I don't really care. I don't think the people care. It's more about Centurion Stone and Carl Chevrolet. And I know my guy Tony Mills at Carl Chevrolet would be like, hey, just have another beer. And I know my guy Justin Luch and Joe Farron and Brian and Stacy Lazier and all the great people, Nate Dogg over at Centurion Stone of Iowa. They're like, hey, they're doing like keg stands in the back right now. Okay. So we're good.
My favorite nooner flavor,
Ashley, come here,
is black cherry. And yeah, so if you could get a monthly donation to Weebo Collective, if you're watching that, that would
what are you doing? This isn't.
No, Seth wanted a shout out. I'm just trying to help out Seth because we're close to the high noon situation. The people have been following. They want to know anyway.
The high noon deal needs to happen.
Yo, it's happening. I got a tweet from them today. We're making progress, everybody. Keep tweeting at them. But you can also make that monthly contribution to We Will.
I did, like, for real though. I fired up the Juicy Wiggle.
I did too.
And I did a cannonball into the pool right before I threw my daughter in. And she started crying because we didn't have her nose plugs in. That's the situation.
Oh, I've got a bad dance move on Twitter if you look at my wife's Twitter. So it's not any better, buddy. But hey.
At Crystal Bloom on Twitter.
At Crystal Bloom. K with a K.
All right. We need to end this disaster.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we get Meyer on? Meyer says with 3 kids right now, we could probably get him on and enjoy the show. What's Todd Blythe doing? We should probably figure it out.
If I know Blythe, he's not in any condition to come on.
Just for the record, Iowa State got 2 pump blocks.
Elise?
Get Elise on the camera.
Elise, come here.
Iowa State with 2 punt blocks.
You want to be on TV?
3 turnovers, including 2 in the end zone, and still 1 in Kinnick, Elise. That's incredible.
Look at. Hey, can you say go Cyclones? No. All right.
That's all right.
That's all right.
As lively as Spencer Petrus.
All right, you can go find your mama.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
good show.
Love you guys. Thanks to Carl Chevrolet, Centurion Stone of Iowa. Blum, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Hey, the great Grant Mahoney he's watching.
That way, Mahoney, my man,
Love
right there.
Classic Cyclone kicker, Grant
Yep.
Mahoney.
Yep.
We'll be back. Williams and
Tomorrow.
Blum coming up tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm coming right now. Daddy's gonna make some seafood. We'll be back tomorrow night.
Enjoy tonight responsibly.
Yes, responsibly as always. Go buy some Cody Road.
That's right.